I'm Rick Howard, President of Kingdom Magic Vacations. In my job, I get to travel a lot. I explore the world on land and sea, eating in unique restaurants and discovering interesting locations. I'm always looking for new places to visit, and I want you to travel with me. Welcome to Travel with Rick. Well, hey guys, we're here in beautiful Costa Rica. So glad you could be with us. We're on an adventure by Disney and we're bringing you along with us. Remember this guy right here? Hey, Michael.
Hey, what's going on, Rick?
This is an Adventure by Disney guide, Michael. You guys probably remember him from last year's Quest for the West adventure. Michael was our guide there. He did a fantastic job. I gotta say, bro, you did a much better job this time.
Oh, wow, awesome. Thanks
and that's a good thing because last year was fantastic.
Exactly, it was awesome.
You were the most awesome adventure guide we had ever had up until that point. Till now.
Till now.
I'm sorry to all of our other adventure guides, but yeah, this
I've
is
had
just
them twice.
This was just a fantastic trip. We just had a blast. So it is our next to the last day here in Costa Rica, and we're going to tell you all about it. Now, this other wonderfully handsome gentleman to my left, ¿cómo se llama? Ronald, yes, see, I'm working on my Spanish just a little bit. No, I actually remember saying, great guy. Ronald, it's been a wonderful time getting to know you and learning all about Pura Vida.
Pura Vida. It's been my pleasure too to be traveling with you and the whole group. We've had a fantastic week.
It has been a great group, right?
It has.
And we've
amazing.
You know, normally, and speaking of great week, it's been great weather all week up until normally there'd be a volcano right behind us, right? You know,
yes.
So we'll show you a picture, but a little cloudy today. But we have had a great week, right? Tell us a little bit about that word you used.
Sure. Pura Vida. It's pretty much a lifestyle. You know, it's everybody in Costa Rica uses it. That's something unique to Costa Rica. You won't hear it in other nations, and that means anything positive. How are you doing, Pura Vida? How was the rafting, Pura Vida? How was the ziplining, Pura Vida? Anything positive is Pura Vida, and seriously, we have taken it as a lifestyle. We're trying to be positive and optimistic towards life.
Yeah. Good vibrations all around.
Good vibrations all around.
Yes. Exactly. That's how we start our days. You know, with Michael and Ronald saying, "Pura Vida, good vibrations today, positive energy," and we've had just a fantastic group. We've had a large group.
We've had a large group. Yes, we have. We've had a group of 42 on this Adventure by Disney.
Yeah, a lot of kids. So how many adults? How many kids?
We have 15 kids.
Yeah.
And
all ages.
All ages, from 4 years old, little Charlotte, from 4 years old to 19-year-olds.
Wow. Yeah. So kind of almost like our kids last year. We had teenagers on the tour last year.
Yes,
so a 19-year-old. So Sarah, see, you could have came.
Sarah, you should have been here. We're wondering here.
But yeah, it's been a fantastic trip. Seen some great places. Here we are. You know, we mentioned the volcano. This is it's still there. You just can't see it. Arenal, it would be behind us, and this is the Hotel Arenal Manoa.
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful place.
It's beautiful grounds. You see all of this. It's all beautiful. There's a little river that runs right through the property as well.
Yeah. Big bathrooms, rock work in the bathrooms, lots of shower pressure. I've enjoyed that. You know, after staying in our last hotel in Tortuguero, very nice also, but a little less water pressure.
Yeah, it's a little less, and we were telling all of you guys, very much you're roughing it, like you're camping in the middle of the rainforest. It's very special. You're in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, we were definitely right in the middle of the rainforest. No vehicles there. We came in by boat. That's your option. Come in by boat, come in by plane. Other than that, you do not come in. So, great place. No air conditioning. No phone, no TV.
Just fans in the room.
Just as rustic as it could be.
Yeah,
what's that line from Gilligan's Island?
Oh gosh.
Okay, no, we won't go there. But no windows, but no glass windows, screens on there, and fans, as Michael said.
Yeah.
But wonderful, great food there.
Exactly. You were right there, right in front of you was the river was right in front of us, and then right behind us the Caribbean Sea.
Yeah, you could just literally walk right over to the beach from there.
Exactly.
Which we did one night. We'll get into that when we tell you a bit about our activities, but it's been fantastic. And speaking of the days, another interesting thing about Adventures by Disney, which I'll let Michael tell you a little bit more about some of the Disney differences on Adventures by Disney, but is the pins.
Of course.
Each, I mean, you know, on an Adventure by Disney, you don't get Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse necessarily. You don't get characters. You don't necessarily get that kind of theme park Disney magic, but of course it's a Disney vacation, so there's gonna be Disney special things and Disney magic all around, and these pins are one of them. You get a different pin for every day. theme for the day, and there are your Disney characters on there.
Exactly, you see them right there.
Yeah, so every day, either in the morning or during the day, or maybe at the end of the day, your guides will give you a pen to commemorate that day, and you can collect them, and you can only get these on an adventure.
Exactly, just with us on an Adventure by Disney trip. So if you're in the parks and you go to those pin stands, those pin locations, and you're looking, it's like, I saw one that said Tortuga's Land with Sebastian. The only way you're going to get that is if you come down to Costa Rica and take our Adventures by Disney, and when we go to Tortuguero, that's your pin that you get for the day. So all the pins that we have here are designed exclusively just for these destinations.
Right. So Ronald, tell us a little bit more about where we are, about Costa Rica. I know, you know, we showed them a picture of Arenal, the wonderful volcano behind us, and we took a trip up there when we were ziplining. Again, we'll tell you more about the daily activities, but the topography and the geology and everything about this country is just lush and beautiful.
It's also unique in terms of the geology, the biodiversity that we have in Costa Rica is just amazing. It was the last country, together with part of Nicaragua and Panama, to emerge from the bottom of the ocean a long time ago. And it created a natural bridge between north and south that allowed species to migrate from both parts of the Americas, north to south and south to north. And it has provided the nation with such a high biodiversity. It's almost 7% of the biodiversity of the world in 0.03% of the landmass of the planet.
Wow.
So that's amazing. I mean, put together Costa Rica, put together Africa, we have more butterflies in 19,000 square miles than all the African continent.
And some beautiful butterflies.
Beautiful butterflies, the colorful ones, the blue morphos, all those that are iridescent, that are telling the predator, listen, I'm toxic, don't touch me, don't bite me,
don't eat me.
Yeah, exactly. So it's amazing. Surrounded by the Caribbean Sea and the Pacific Ocean, that provides Costa Rica also with microclimates all over the place, which is one of the beauties of this trip too, that we go to diversity of places. We start up in the Central Valley at 3,700 feet above sea level, then we go down to sea level to the Caribbean coast, and then we come up to Arenal to 1,500 feet above sea level. And not only the varieties in terms of the wildlife and the flora and fauna that we see, but also from the point of view of the culture and the agriculture. We were on the Caribbean side, where we have all the influence of the Afro-Caribbean community, all the people that came from Jamaica, from Aruba and Curacao to build the railroad system, and then they have brought with them all those traditions from that part of the Americas, and you can see it in the food, which is delicious there. They use a lot of the coconut milk, and also, I mean, being in Tortuguero has been amazing. We saw so much wildlife.
Yeah, we did. So we started, I think, monkeys were some of the first things that we saw when we were coming up the river. Iguanas. Huge iguanas.
Massive.
The caimans.
Caimans, yes.
And you guys amaze me, and also our Captain Jason. You know, we're zipping up the river at a pretty good speed, and all of a sudden the boat starts to slow, and Jason turns us around, and we come back to a big old lump of, you know, just mounded up trees and brush and things were there, and there was a caiman sitting there, you know, and I don't know how he saw it.
He's an eagle eye, he just sees everything.
Just incredible. So a caiman, we've learned, is a smaller, I guess, sister or looks like a crocodile or an alligator, so similar to that, right?
Exactly, yeah. They grow maximum up to 6 feet long. They don't grow as big as a crocodile that would go up to 18 feet or 20 feet long. And they tend to be a little more, not as territorial as crocodiles and not as aggressive as crocodiles. We have both species there. In Tortuguero you can spot crocodiles as well. Those are the two kinds we have in Costa Rica, and yeah, we saw like two pretty good size caimans and tons of wildlife. You have spider monkeys, howler monkeys, white-faced monkeys. The three species that you can see in Tortuguero, we got to see. That's all part of the good vibration that everyone has been bringing in. With
lots of bird life, herons and toucans,
egrets, spoonbills. Oh, that's a beautiful one.
That's a beautiful pink.
Spoonbill, the pink, yes. Tortuguero is fantastic to see wildlife, because as you were saying, the only way to get there is by boat or by plane, so it's such a lush forest and it hasn't been touched, and that's why we have so much life there. There are even jaguars and And how about the turtles?
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that because what I want to do is kind of set it up. We'll start talking about kind of just day by day what we did. But to give you guys an idea, as Ronald said, we are in Central America. So for us, we drove down to Miami. It was about a 2.5-hour flight from Miami Airport. And I guess just talking to some of the other guests, I think a lot of the flights came to Miami from different parts of the country, and then they came here. I think a couple people came here from Houston. You know, so but just to give you an idea, I mean that's about how long it is. So you know, nice comfortable flight for us to get here from Miami, 2.5 hours, and you are in another part of the world, right? So you know, we started out in San Jose. Our first day had our. Actually, for me and Travis, Travis is our camera guy over there, for Travis and I, it was our first taste of Central American food, you know, with the rice and beans you guys recommended. We go to Spoons, which we did, you know, went there, and I had my first introduction to a local tico, which is, you know, other than Ronald, of course, but, you know, our waiter, the first thing I said was, in kind of my terrible broken Spanish, you know, habla inglés. He looked at me and says no. so right there, you know, we knew we were in trouble, but you know, Ronald and Michael both had already cued us on what to order, and I think that was the only time I heard that this whole week. Most ticos, local Costa Rican people were just so, and I'm not saying he was unfriendly, but they were warm and friendly and tried to work with our terrible Spanish and help us, and they speak a lot of English here. So we started out there, and then we got on our bus with our great driver Rafa, and we headed off to the boats for Tortuguero, and we had our nice little boat rider up the river. What was the name of the river we went up?
There was Reventazón River, then we flew into Parismina River, and we even saw the mouth of the river to the Caribbean.
We did, right to the Caribbean Sea. But I left out, on the way there, we actually took a sky tram.
Yes, we did. We actually did an Atlantic aerial sky tram where we went and all boarded these gondolas that went right through the rainforest.
Yeah.
And it was very unique and special because that was one of the very first types that was ever built to go through the rainforest without destroying it, without harming any of the animals or any of the plant life there.
Right.
So it was really cool for us to be able to see just the canopy and hear just how quiet it was, and for everybody to enjoy just that view.
It was the first sighting of the sloth, huh?
Yeah, the sloths.
First one we saw. That's right.
That's right. Yeah, and we saw another one who Michael was determined to see him come down the tree.
Yes, I wanted to see it happen.
He was so split though. He knew he needed to get on the bus, right?
Yes.
And sloths, by their name, are not the fastest creatures that God has created. So Michael knew we needed to get on the bus and get moving because, you know, we are on the tour and we've got places to be, but you wanted everybody to be able to see the sloth coming down the tree.
Yes, I was determined because that was the first time I've actually seen him coming down that close. I thought, you guys got to see the sloth coming down, but I knew very well we had to. But that day was full of a lot of wildlife. The sloth, we saw plenty of golden orb spiders, are beautiful, but we also saw a furtilance. Snake, which is one of the most toxic snakes, and we saw that, but it was an amazing experience. I mean,
it really was.
He was not close to us at all, but the fact that we were able to see those things was an amazing experience.
Then they kind of had it ripped off with the yellow thing. I thought it was back in Miami for a second, you know, caution tape around him, you know. But so then we made our way to Tortuguero. We had dinner, and then we had the most amazing experience that night, and this is what you were mentioning, the turtles. So we actually walked over to the beach and saw a green sea turtle laying eggs. Made her way up on the beach, and I understand that Costa Rica and Tortuguero is the most highly populated place that green sea turtles or sea turtles come to lay their eggs, right?
Exactly. On the Western Hemisphere, Tortuguero is the most important nesting site for the great green sea turtle. And that's the one we got to see now because the season goes from June to September, the nesting season for that species. And well, some people got to see one group, other people, I think one group saw 4.
Yeah, saw 5 actually.
5 coming out to lay the eggs, and it's an amazing creature. I mean, they've been on the planet for millions of years, and so we're trying to protect them there in Tortuguero. And we get the great green sea turtle, we get other 4 species of sea turtles. Out of 8 that there are in the planet, we get 4 that arrive there to lay the eggs. And it was pretty impressive. People liked it, people enjoyed it, and you know, that was important too. That was nice because we're supporting the local culture. The only people that are allowed to go out to the beach to lead the trips are the local guides. They are certified, they get their training by the National Learning Institute, and they study about the turtles and about many other topics. But then we're supporting the locals because during nesting season they get a little extra income. They guide the groups of up to 10 people maximum. Some of them are patrolling the beach out there. We don't go like the big crowds out to the beach to disturb the turtles. No. They'll have people patrolling, and when they see some coming, they will let the guides that are waiting with the groups out know, okay, there is a turtle on point A or point B, or and then the groups start coming out and taking turns. And there are regulations, special type of light, so we don't disturb the turtles. We don't make them go back to the ocean without finishing the process.
Yeah. And then the next day we actually visited the Sea Turtle Conservancy, and we did something very special to support, again, the turtles and things there.
Yes, we actually did. We actually adopted a turtle. We were able to adopt a turtle. What a beautiful thing that we were able to do. And we give the group the opportunity to name the turtle, and our group decided on Bob.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Bob the turtle.
Right, right. You know, they threw out their Squirt, they threw out their Crush, Squishy.
Squishy.
We had a couple other names. We all voted, and it was Bob.
Bob won. Bob won out. And now Bob's adopted by the Adventures by Disney group, so we have a turtle that we have sponsored now for the future. Yes.
I'm feeling so good about that. Actually.
I know,
You know, it's really,
and then we
really
actually
cool.
give the opportunity for the other guests, if they want, they can adopt their own turtle.
Right, right.
So we adopt as one whole group, and you have the opportunity to do it on your own too.
Yeah, and as a lot of you know, I mean, Leslie and myself, my wife, we live in Vero Beach, and Vero Beach, the Disney resort there, actually does a lot of work as well to support the sea turtles, and Leslie just loves sea turtles, so it was great to be able to get her a real cool Sea Turtle Conservancy shirt and a little sticker, you know. So we're doing our part to support sea turtles around the world and in Central America as well.
Yes.
So that was fantastic. Then we had a great jungle cruise. I mean, the real jungle cruise. Okay.
Yes.
Walt Disney World fans, Disneyland fans, no. It's right here in Costa Rica.
That's right. You're out in the middle of the jungle. You're out in the middle of the jungle in this boat. We have 2 or 3 boats depending on our group.
Yeah.
And you're in an open air boat, and you're going right through the rivers into the Tortuguero National Park. Once you get there, our guides, whoever we have, they are there spotting all these animals: caiman, sloths. We saw howler monkeys again too.
Yep.
Toucans were jumping around, so we see the real animals out there.
Yeah,
the only difference is there's no jokes. There are no jokes. You know, you have to come up with your own. You have to come up with your own.
You gotta make them up.
Yes,
right?
exactly. Kind of make them as go along. But then it's a beautiful sunny hot day, and everybody wonders, do we need a jacket? Is it gonna rain? Do you think? It's a rainforest. It might rain.
Right.
What happened? We were out there for how long? Maybe an hour. Then all of a sudden, these black clouds started to roll in.
Yeah.
It started to rain, and then it stopped.
Right.
Yes, we have to experience it a little bit.
Exactly.
And time to go back and enjoy our resort a little bit more.
Exactly.
And the next day, bright and early, Michael's waking us up, and we're back on the boats
again. Back on the boats, and then back on the bus to head here to Arenal.
Yeah.
To head to Arenal, this beautiful hotel. We actually got stopped at a really cool place called the Collins Street Bakery Finca Corsicana, which is a pineapple plantation.
And we met another Michael.
We met another Michael, that's right. On this trip, we have 3 Michaels already on the group, and then we picked up another Michael as our tour guide.
And
he's great. Disney loves to make things easy for people, so we named many of them Michaels.
Exactly, makes it simple. Makes it very simple.
Right, and one of Michael's first questions was, how long does it take to grow a pineapple? Now, a lot of you know I just got back from Hawaii. I was convinced I had the answer. I raised my hand. He called on me, of course. And I said my answer, and he goes, "Sir, what is your name?" He came up and he shook my hand. I was glowing. I knew I was correct. I was wrong. They lied to me in Hawaii, I guess.
They didn't lie.
No, they would never do that.
It was kind
of
a tricky question. How long does it take them to grow in a natural condition?
Yes, natural condition.
Yes.
I think Michael would be more suited to stand-up comedy.
I think he would be too.
He was a very good pineapple plantation tour guide, but he really enjoyed his job and did a wonderful job joking around and showing us the plantation.
Exactly.
It was fantastic.
Got to walk around, got to go to the packing where they pack all the pineapples that go to the U.S. and around the world, and then we got to enjoy the pineapples right after.
Right.
And even on our open air limo, remember that?
Yeah.
Got to sit up there and cut the pineapples up, and everybody got the chance to eat.
Only he knows how to use that machete.
Oh gosh, that was awesome! He could slice that thing up so fast; it was amazing. I actually had him show it to me on video. I'm sure you've seen it now, and that's awesome. And only at Disney can you take a tractor and connect it to a wagon and call it
It's a limo.
An open air limo.
Open-air limo.
I love that. I love that. That's a special Disney magic thing. That's
Exactly.
awesome. And then we're back on their bus.
Back on the bus, head up here to La Fortuna, to Arenal. Again, volcano's right back there.
Yeah, it was dark when we got here. Long day on the bus. Well, you know, just a long day. And we made it here. Checked into our wonderful rooms here. Just a great place to stay. And the next morning, we woke up, Travis and I. We opened the curtain, and right there, in all of her glory, was Mount Arenal.
Yes,
the volcano.
Arenal volcano, one of the 10 most active volcanoes in the world.
Yeah.
For 44 years, it's been constantly going, and 1968 was the year of the big explosion that it had, and so after that, it has become a treasure for the locals. You know, it has been attracting so many people that want to come and see the volcano. It's a perfect cone, as you have seen, a perfect cone shaped volcano. It's what we call a stratovolcano, and the reason why they have considered it one of the 10 most active in the world is because it keeps doing different things. Fumaroles, or fumes, gases going up through the vents on the rocks, or small explosions coming down, and it's just spectacular, spectacular. And so on our way to the zip line, we got to see the volcano clear, as you said. Since you woke up, everybody got to see it clear, and we could see the changes, the areas that were covered by vegetation, the areas that were not covered by vegetation, as a proof that there has been lava flowing down the slope of Arenal volcano. And we learned a little bit about it and about the activity in Costa Rica. Arenal is not the only volcano. That's something nice. When we drove from point A to point B to point C, all over the place you see different types of landscape. Flat lands, you see mountains, and actually we saw the volcano very clear the first day when we left from San Jose to Tortuguero. Then we arrived here to Arenal, and there it is, spectacular. The sunset was amazing also.
Oh yeah.
Just arriving here.
Purples and reds.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Amazing colors.
It was awesome. And you mentioned definitely one of the highlights of the tour for me. You mentioned the ziplining, the fantastic ziplining that we did with the company.
Skytrek Adventures, the first carbon neutral adventure tour company in the world.
Yeah.
So not only do they do a great job in terms of the safety and the way how they set up all the zip line and everything, but they do care about the environment and about social responsibility. So we are also supporting a company that supports the locals and the environment. And the zip line, amazing. I mean, how many people can say I've been flying over the forest, feeling like a monkey or like a bird? And that's the whole idea when it started, was to provide people with the opportunity to appreciate the canopy of the forest, the upper level of the forest, where 80% of the life in a forest is.
Yeah, and we've ziplined in Mexico, we've ziplined in Hawaii, and I can say this has been my favorite place to zipline so far.
Very nice.
8 stations, 8 towers that start off on a little baby one, just to kind of get everybody used to it, then another little baby one, and then that big one. But that wasn't the biggest one
No, it
yet.
wasn't.
I mean, they've got Big Mama, Big Daddy.
Yeah, Big Daddy.
You know, Big Mama, I think, is over 1,000 feet, like 1,200 feet.
Yep.
But Big Daddy, a half a mile.
That's right.
Half a mile
And you're
long.
zipping through the trees at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
You start above and then into the trees.
Yeah, it kind of narrows down. Hopefully you'll see that in the video. But that was just really awesome. Yeah, I was just going to ask you that. You said, over 500 feet, almost 600 feet above the canopy. So never have we experienced ziplining where you felt so high up and so open. You know, when we ziplined in Hawaii, it was kind of not that high, and the canopy was like right there. And the same in Mexico. You know, a lot of canopy around, so you felt the trees. Really an awesome experience. But here, you just felt like you were out there. You know, and you could see the volcano on your right or left, depending on which way we were going. Really, really cool.
Really control wherever you're going.
Yeah.
So,
and man, fast.
Yes.
At one point, I think 80 kilometers, 55 miles an hour.
Yeah, close to it.
He said that we were going. Our guides. So just an awesome experience. Ziplining in the canopy, and then back here for
local activity.
Yeah, do our local activity with the
Maleco.
Maleco.
Yeah, Maleco tribe.
And I tried painting.
And he tried painting. He did a good job. Hey, he did it. Took a picture. We have proof.
Yeah, we got proof.
Exactly.
We do. I'm not, it was a Picasso toucan. I'm not up for any awards, no. But it was great. It was great fun, and it was quite an experience. And it was wonderful to meet one of the indigenous tribes here in Costa Rica.
They keep their dialect, and they come and share with us their traditions. Wasn't it interesting? I loved to see the people's reaction when they were kind of painting, and the Malecos started telling us about what they still do, and when they said we still bury our people inside our houses, and everybody was like,
"What?
Yeah,
do what? Paint? Wait, what? Did they say that? Yeah. It's beautiful.
And then we were off to another quiet experience, the hot springs.
The hot springs are my favorite places to go relax after the past 4 days of zipping around doing things, and you go end up in the hot springs.
Yeah.
The ecothermales, of the family Hidalgo, and we go there. It's a very private experience because there are other ones across the street.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody.
Lots of buses there.
A lot of
lots
buses,
of people.
And then we get there to ours, and we pull up, and there's
not so much.
3 vans, maybe.
Yeah.
It was just basically all us.
It was just us. Again, another one of those Disney special experiences that you only get with an adventure by Disney. Yeah, you can come to Costa Rica. Yeah, you can go to hot springs, but here you've got an express ticket, a fast pass, if you will, to your own little private Club 33 of hot springs.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
so
you put it that way. Yes, exactly. Have dinner there. Best homemade meal that I've had. Like I love having there all the time.
Yeah, really, really good. Rice and beans.
Of course, rice and beans. A typical Costa Rican meal. Rice and beans.
And hey, this guy loves rice and beans, but breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it's available to you
all the time.
And fantastic local cuisine. Everything has been great. Really enjoyed it. The plantains, the yuca, which I'm not particularly crazy about, but the yuca is good. If you like that, the rice and beans have been fantastic. Chicken, beef, hearts of palm has been so good. Yes. Yeah, that's been really, really good. Really enjoyed that.
How about the chopped potatoes with the shredded meat in a corn tortilla?
You're making everybody hungry, Ronald.
Oh, yes. We're going to talk about
I'm getting hungry.
I'm going to tell you about my favorite meal of the whole trip. We're coming up to that because today we got up again. We got back on our magic bus, Tico.
Tico, that's right.
With our wonderful driver Rafa, taking us around these curvy, narrow, busy roads in some places, and just doing a wonderful job, as Disney always does, transporting everybody to where they're going to go, getting us there safely and on time.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, to the moment.
And I told you, 2 hours. We're going to go this bus 2 hours. 2 hours. What happens? 10 o'clock. We arrive. 2 hours.
Yeah. And so today we went whitewater rafting again. Beautiful, lush, and it was just so wonderful to tell our guide Bobo? Pongo. God, I probably called him Bobo too. Maybe not. I think he would have hit me. He was a nice guy, but it was wonderful to tell him how much I enjoyed being a guest in his beautiful country and your beautiful country. It's just wonderful here. The lush, the lush landscaping. Everything is just so green and natural and looks great. And we got on the river. Nice rapids on the river.
Nice rapids. Great guides also.
Yes.
Some of them are national team members for different type of competition, like the adventure race, the World Adventure Race. Some of them compete there, and like rafting competitions, kayaking competition. So we were in their hands, and that was great. They know what they're doing, and beautiful forest on both sides. In Costa Rica, on both sides of the rivers, the next 30 feet you cannot cut down the trees. So as you're going down the river, what is there? Rainforest.
All around us.
Around.
And we're lucky enough, wildlife in the trees.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw some birds coming down.
Some cormorants, some oropéndulas.
No caimans, no crocodiles. That was good. That was really good.
If you keep going down to the flat area of the river where we don't draft, that's where you find crocodiles. But they don't come up there. Why? Because there are rapids. It's too much energy to use for them, so they don't like the rapids. Pura vida, nice, safe spot.
Pura vida, exactly.
And family-friendly river. It's good for children.
Everybody.
It's good for adults.
Because everyone went up. Not everyone ziplined yesterday, but everyone went on our whitewater rafting.
Charlotte was on there.
I was going to say, even for a 4-year-old, right on up to I don't know if I'm the oldest one on the tour. I might be, but if I am, that's okay because I'm having fun just like I was a kid on this trip. It's been awesome. And then we stopped, and our wonderful guides, as you mentioned, our raft captains, they stopped and they cut up some of the, you mentioned the pineapple at
Yep.
the plantation. They cut up some of this fresh local pineapple and some melon, and we stopped and took a break. Fantastic.
Yes.
We had a table. We brought our table with us.
Exactly. We just took our raft, flipped it over, they wiped it down, cut up all the fruit on top of it,
Right.
and laid it out really nice in a nice
They're
order.
artists,
So
the way
cool.
they cut off
Yeah.
those fruits
Yeah,
and
they
they
cut
set
them-
it up.
they
Yeah,
cut 'em
it's
right
like
up.
art.
Slid them out, one in, one out, one in, one out. Makes it easy to grab. Just fantastic. Hop back in our boats, floated down the river some more.
Finished and ended up with a great lunch.
The best.
I told you it was going to be
meal.
the best lunch.
Yeah.
I told you it was going to be the
He
best
said,
lunch
We've
ever going to have.
had some great sea bass right here at the restaurant at Hotel Arenal. But I will say that the tortillas and the soft tacos today were
Yes.
so good.
That pico de gallo,
The
sauce.
pico de gallo was
Oh.
fresh and good. I
Yep.
love that. I make
Yes.
that at home myself.
Made
This
there
was
by
the
them.
best.
Yes.
Yeah, had a little spice to it. It was really
Yes.
nice, and some hot sauce there that Pongo had was really, really
Exactly.
good.
They make it
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
make everything there. All the lunch,
Yeah.
everything is
Yeah,
made
yeah,
there.
yeah,
for
the
us.
tortillas
And
were really
great, if
good.
they are vegetarian, no problem. Just don't put any ground beef or any chicken,
Right.
and you still make a
Beans,
delicious.
Absolutely,
fried
absolutely. Yeah, we had beans
the
there.
Yeah,
we did.
beans are
pico
great.
de
Yeah, the hearts of
gallo,
palm.
And of course,
cheese.
my favorite, we have stuff for PB&J. Just
Because
in case.
that's right. Because we've got a
Sometimes.
4-year-old and we've got a
Yes.
50-year-old.
Yeah,
here,
you never know
You gotta
when you
think
need
about
it.
everyone.
And we've got a big kid here, Michael,
Exactly.
who did have a PB&J.
I did have PB&J. I had to. Every time I see it, I can't resist. It's on white bread, for God's sake. I had to have it.
And and Disney's a family channel. We all know that. But for us adults, there was some beer on the river.
There
So
was, exactly.
there's a variety there. It's a good thing.
Exactly.
And then we got back on our magic bus,
And here we are.
And here we are. And again, everything was taken care of. There are changing rooms there. We got out of our wet clothes. We didn't come back soggy here because we did get a little wet on the river.
A little bit.
Right, yes.
Just also slight.
Some of it was self-inflicted, dude.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, the culprits over here.
Yeah. There was a little healthy competition and a little splashing going
Yeah,
on
a little
in the
bit.
river.
A little bit.
And some of the kids got into it a little bit more than others. Dude.
Oh, there's a banana tree right here next to us. You want to show the banana tree?
But yeah, it was a lot of fun there on the river, and we made our way back, and now we're getting ready for our farewell dinner. These guys have a ton of work to do, so we're going to let them get back to work, and we're going to go, Travis and I, and get ready for our farewell dinner, and then we're back to the
tuxedos.
airport tomorrow. Yeah, mine's a little
Tuxedos.
soggy.
It's all right. It's okay.
That's the thing, this is a very casual.
Yes,
casual,
it is. It is very
know.
casual.
Don't pack your finest. Pack your board shorts and
Yes.
and t-shirts, and you'll be good here in the rainforest.
Exactly.
But I just want to thank you, Ronald. It's been a pleasure.
My
pleasure getting to experience Pura Vida. Thank you for helping me with my Spanish all week and learning a few more things.
We have learned together.
Yeah.
I have learned
Muy
Spanish
good.
from you. Muy good.
So we kind of break it up just a little bit there. So, but I really appreciate you allowing me the pleasure of getting to experience your country. It's just been awesome.
My pleasure. We're very happy to be able to be your hosts and travel around and show you Costa Rica. We invite everyone to come and join us.
Yeah, come on down.
Awesome.
And I just want you to know how good it was when we pulled up to Hotel Indigo, because we did not know in advance who our guides were going to be, and Michael came out and greeted us with a big hug. It was so wonderful to see you again, after being out in the West last year with you in Quest for the West, which is another great itinerary.
Oh, it's awesome. So much fun. I love all the itineraries we have.
Yeah. But I got to say, someone asked me, just in the different lunches and dinners and experiencing, you get to be really. You get to be friends with the people on,
Yes.
and Sarah, my daughter, still keeps in touch, as Leslie and I do with people that we've met on Adventures by Disney. So, your group bonds, and the group has been really good this time. And, a few people have asked me this week, because we've been on several of the adventures, they said, which one has been your favorite? And I got to say, the one I'm on is my favorite.
Good answer. Good
And I
answer.
might say that again the next time I'm on one, but this one has certainly been wonderful. And it's been great to experience Costa Rica for the first time. So
Good vibrations.
See?
good vibrations all around.
Pura vida.
Exactly.
It's been awesome. All right, so the last thing that we have to do for the people watching is we have to give them a question of the week. Now, Michael's already told me
I've
you're
done it a
doing
couple
it.
of times.
Yeah.
I've done them at the D23 last year, and I've done it at Quest for the West.
Right. So what you do, Ronald, if you so choose to do, you ask these guys a question. Can be anything. Doesn't have to be about Disney. Doesn't have to be about adventures. Doesn't have to be about Costa Rica. Or it can be about any of those things. But you ask them a question, and they're going to leave a comment below on the blog. It just gives them a chance to interact with us, and gives you a chance to ask them something, and they answer back. And we're back with Ronald's question of the week.
Yes, what is your favorite animal and why?
Nice.
Oh, that's a good one.
Very nice. Yeah, we saw some cool ones. It's been so great meeting you, but also meeting the wildlife here in Costa Rica. All right. So, guys, thanks a lot for watching. It's been awesome being in Costa Rica, but it's been more awesome bringing you guys with us. We really appreciate you guys following along. Be sure to leave us a comment below, answer Ronald's question, and remember, if you're thinking about an adventure by Disney, our folks at Kingdom Magic Vacations would be glad to help you plan any of the over 20 different destinations that there are. There's lots of places that you can go in North America, South America, Central America, Europe, all over the world. You can go on an adventure by Disney. There's one for everybody. You can go in shorts, or you can go to the Louvre in Paris. So you can relax, or you can go to the big city. Whatever you want to do, there's an adventure for everyone. And definitely check out these wonderful vacations, because there's no way better to experience a destination than with local guides, with terrific Disney guides, with step-on guides that you have in many of the destinations like we did. Everything is taken care of, everything is safe, and you get to immerse yourself in this local culture so much more than if you arrived at a destination, rented a car, and tried to figure it out on your own. I couldn't imagine doing that now.
I couldn't either, not anymore.
We try to make it a learning experience, but having fun.
It's been fun, yeah, it's been fun, it's been challenging, it's been exhilarating. You pick your favorite adjective, and that's what you're going to experience on an adventure by Disney, and it's just going to be a blast. So guys, thanks very much. It's exciting, but gosh, you know, we're getting ready to go say farewell, at least for tonight, and then we're off to the airport tomorrow. But thanks so much. You have been wonderful, just models of Disney cast members, and just wonderful guides, have taken care of us so well. It's been awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you right back here on another episode of Travel with Rick soon.
Pura vida and good vibrations.
Pura vida. Hasta mañana. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Yes.
Well, hey everyone, it's Andrew here, your Travel with Rick cameraman, and this week Rick is in the Pacific Ocean sailing on a Disney cruise. He's on one of these special Pixar itineraries with his wife, so I thought I'd kind of take over the camera and read some comments for you guys, do a giveaway, and then also tell you guys about the big announcement that's coming up. So you guys stay tuned. I'll be announcing that in just a couple minutes. Let's read some comments from last week's episode. We had Rick and Leslie doing an overview of Disney's resort Aulani in Ko'olina, Hawaii. And the first one I'm going to read is Peggy's. She said, Aulani looks beautiful. I love the scuba diving segment. It looks like a great way to explore under the sea without a big commitment of licenses. My favorite flower? Maybe it appears to be boring, but I love carnations, mainly for the heavy smell. They do smell. They make me smile like videos of Disney do. Keep them coming. Oh, the suspense. Big announcement next week. I can't imagine what it is, but I will be here to find out. See you then. Well, Peggy, if you're watching, I'm going to read off the big announcement in just a couple minutes. The next one was Mary Callahan. She says, Aloha. Aloha, Mary. And now I really want to go back to Hawaii. Love the music in the background. Thanks for pointing that out, Mary. Rick specifically told me to make sure I had authentic Hawaiian music for that episode. So that's great. Love you commenting on it. Tropical breezes too. Definitely will make a travel arrangements with Kingdom Magic to stay at Aulani. Great seeing lovely Leslie on the camera with you again. My favorite flower, the sunflower, for sure. Well, we've got a lot of those in Florida here. Those are great, big flowers. But the squirrels eat them every time I try to plant them. Ha ha, oh well, that's nature. Mahalo for a wonderful episode, Mary. Well, mahalo to you, Mary. Thanks for commenting. Kathy says, my favorite flower is the teacup rose. They are small but beautiful. Hope to visit Aulani one day. We've been to Hawaii a couple times and loved it, and once with the kids and once without. Thank goodness for all the travel points my husband was able to accumulate. Gotta love those travel points. He is retired now, so we sure do miss the points. If we ever get back to Hawaii, we would love to visit the island of Kauai. I hope I spell that right. Kauai was definitely my favorite island when Rick and I went out there on the Disney Hawaiian cruise. We went ziplining and kayaking and hiking. That was by far my favorite island. It's so gorgeous. So I definitely recommend, if you're going to go out to Hawaii, Kauai should definitely be a must for visiting. And then the last one I'm going to read is Karen's. She says, wow, what a beautiful resort. I don't think I'd ever want to leave. But then again, I never want to leave Disney World. I have never heard of scuba diving before. That would be something I'd love to do. Is there an age limit? Well, the only age limit is you have to be at least 8 years old to do scuba diving. And you just sign a waiver. Again, there's no licenses or anything, and it's a real easy way to get down under the ocean without having to come up and down like snorkeling or get any certifications like scuba diving. I love the sweet pea flowers. They are so delicate and pretty, but they don't last long and are hard to grow in our neighborhood thanks to all the squirrels and raccoons. Gotta love those rodents, right? I introduced my hubby to your videos, and he's very thankful I did. He just got finished watching all of last year's food and wine videos and can't wait for this year's. Big announcement about those coming up. Just a minute. Come winter, I'm going to be so jealous watching you sit by your pool and answer emails. We are closing out for this week. Thanks for Alani. We are very welcome, Karen. And it is definitely nice here in Florida during the winter time when we can still go outside and swim in our pools. It's great. So thanks for everyone for all your comments. They were all great. We'd love to do a giveaway now. And so put our numbers into random.org and pulled out number 11, which was Kathy. So Kathy, we are going to be sending you a Disney photo album book. This thing's great. It's got plenty of room to stick all your photos in from your vacations or anything else. So just make sure you send an email to Rick at rick@kingdommagic.com, and he'll get this out to you. All right. So now, time for the big announcement. All right. Well, as you guys know, the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival is coming up next week. It starts next week at Epcot, and we are going to be there next week starting our filming. And what we're going to do for this year's Travel with Rick and Food and Wine Festival is we are doing an entire month of Food and Wine Festival episodes. Okay, so that means from October 1st to October 31st, we're going to have an episode every single day for you guys. Okay, at least 31 episodes. We're going to hit all the booze. We're going to hit some extra things, Party for the Senses we might hit. Some other events that are going on during Food and Wine Festival. Tons of different guests, guest hosts. Rhino Ken's going to be out there, so you guys do not want to miss a single day. All right, make sure subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make sure you're coming back to the blog daily. Sign up for the feed burner messages if you guys want to get the daily emails in your inbox with the new episodes attached to them. So. You guys just check it out every single day. Starting October 1st, we're going to have a Food and Wine Festival episode for you daily. All right. So hope to see you guys back here next week for next week's episode, and hope to see you guys back here in October for the Food and Wine Festival Travel with Rick Extravaganza. All right. Thanks again for joining in, and we'll see you later.